Hello friends and welcome back to Crown My Run and a brand new video where D Mills, my oldest brother, probably the favourite brother, taking on the Hastings 5-mile race. I decided to ask the channel subs what they reckon Damo could get done on this day. And the consensus was somewhere between a 30 and 30.59, which if you go right in the middle for a 30.30 is about 3.49 per kilometre. Damo was thinking he had something more like a 31.30 in the tank, but he doesn't like to let the fans down, so the king of taking it above zone 5 got himself prepared to run quick with some hype music.
It's time to begin, I'm counting in 5, 6, 7, 8.
Let's get to the action. And D Mills is away. It's a slightly confusing start there. The countdown was done in French, and I'm not sure everyone was of the French persuasion. So pretty much the whole field lost a couple of seconds there in the confusion, but we're underway now. You might be able to spot a few places ahead of Damien. Who is it, everyone? It's Captain America. It's Steve Rogers, an old channel favourite. D Mills beat him a few months ago in his first sub-18 for 2 years at Hastings Park Run, but then last month at the Rye 10 miles, he beat Damo. So it's 1-1, and I know for a fact D Mills will definitely have his sights on him, but we all know that D Mills is an old wise fox and he won't be putting his race in jeopardy to begin with. The aim of the game is somewhere around 3.50 per kilometre, and he's going along in the mid 3.40s at the moment on another gorgeous day on the south coast here. Not a cloud in the sky, not quite as hot as it was last month in the Seaford 10k, more like mid-teens rather than early 20s, but certainly one that towards the end of the race he'll probably feel it a little bit, but that's when I'm sure he'll activate passion mode. Coming out of the town centre now onto the seafront, and he's actually losing a few positions here. This man doesn't have an ego, not until the last few kilometres anyway, when it's an absolute monstrosity. But right now he's quite happy to continue losing positions to just hone in on that lovely little 3.50 per kilometre pace. Onto the pier now. Oh, didn't thank the marshal. Very interesting. He must mean serious business today. And as we hit 1 kilometre, it's 3 minutes 50. He is laser focused to not let the fans down. He's just sat back from this group of 5 or 6 runners, and he'll be hoping that they'll be able to take him along for another couple of kilometres. For anyone that doesn't know, a 5-mile race is just over 8 kilometres, so we've got 7 kilometres to go as we're slightly increasing that speed at the moment. Off the pier now, and we're right on the back of this group now. He decided to just squeeze on up behind them, as we're about to go through a tunnel where I'm sure the GPS will go a little bit haywire. But it doesn't look like it's doing anything too silly here. It says 3 minutes 56 per kilometre. To be fair, the software afterwards might have sorted that out, so on Damo's watch currently, it might have been shooting all over the place. But just gets the indication that all these people are dropping the pace ever so slightly. And D Mills maybe is going to have to pick it up if he wants to go for that 3.50 per kilometre speed to get a mid-30. Out the tunnel now, and D Mills has decided that Hastings Red needs to go. He's moving on up behind the next 2 runners as he moves back into the late 3.40s per kilometre. Currently absolutely no sign of Captain America, and D Mills is not a fan of that. So 2 more people are seen off. And at 2 kilometres, that is the sign of a mighty, mighty runner. It's a 3.55. He knew if he didn't make some moves at that point, he was going to drop a much too slow kilometre for what he needed. Only dropped 5 seconds on that goal time. He's now motoring along in the mid 3.44s, and he's looking very, very racy, like he wants more blood. But at 2.5 kilometres, he doesn't need to make any more moves if they're going along at his goal speed, 3 minutes 50 per kilometre. So he's just been... Oh, look at that. D Mills at that little hill. He's just lost a couple of metres going up it. He really is the king of hills, this man. Come on, lad. Get your breath back and get back behind him. There we go. He's back with them. A ever so minor blip, and luckily there's not really any more hills on this course. It's along the lovely Hastings seafront. At just before 3 kilometres, it's looking like D Mills is not happy with the pace. He's pushing up right behind them, taking another couple of runners, and we will have a look at what that 3rd kilometre split's going to be very, very shortly. A 3 minutes 52 per kilometre. Not an absolute car crash, but that's 7 seconds lost on the goal speed in the last few kilometres. And as soon as that happens, D Mills has decided, actually, you guys are not helping me anymore. I'm moving on out. I'm taking control of my own destiny. I am D Mills. Is he also going to take Hastings Athletics Club? You betcha. What's the heart rate? 185. Let's not worry about that. Doesn't look like there's many more packs up the road, at least not close. Now it's time for D Mills to show us what he's made of. And it's not taking him long to get on behind Yellow Lady and see her off. He's not really doing anything silly, though. You can see 3 minutes 47 per kilometre. He needs to get back a little bit of time that he lost, but he's not overexerting himself currently. Based on speed, anyway. Heart rate, that might be another matter. But I wouldn't be overly concerned until he gets well into the 190s. At the turnaround... Oh, he's back. He's back. He's thanking marshals. He's also hunting down prey. I love this man. And just after the turnaround, light blue top is no more. A little bit of a surge there from D Mills, actually. 3 minutes 30 per kilometre. Who is next on his hit list? Isn't interested in any water. Water is for the weak. And D Mills is the opposite of weak. At least in the mind. The legs, that's another matter. 4th kilometre hit now. It's a 3 minutes 48, and that is just so beautiful from D Mills. He's just increased the speed ever so slightly, nabbed himself back a little 2 seconds, and now he's heading back towards the finish line. Under 4 kilometres to go. It's also important to note the wind was north-northeasterlies, 10 to 15 knots. So when they were running west, it was a little bit with them, and now it's a little bit against them. It's not massive, but more effort will be needed, and we can see the heart rate approaching 190. He's caught another couple of runners here. Is he going to sit on them, or is he going to blow straight past them? And the question is answered almost instantaneously. On your bike, sons. He's straight past them. White Top is next. Oh, good evening, White Top. Good night, White Top. Long way to go to the next one, though. Although at this rate, it still won't be long before he's behind them. Skipping on to 5 kilometres now. It's a 3 minutes 52, and the Demolition Derby has stopped somewhat, although he is slowly catching someone ahead. And he's just been beat by the car coming through. Someone loves his booty. And with under 3 kilometres to go, going at 3:55 kilometre at the moment, he's gonna have to shift it up into those zones 5, 6, 7, and 8 soon. But I think I can see who's ahead. It's only bloody Captain America.
Deja vu.
Damo notices the deja vu from that 5k Hastings from a few months ago, and this is exactly what he needed at this point when it was starting to get hard. As you can see, his pace is increasing towards the goal speed. He's bang on 350 per kilometre, and Captain America could be about to face his toughest test yet. And at 5.5 kilometres, he has almost caught him. He is almost nipping at his heel and still going along at 3 minutes 50 per kilometre with about 2.5 kilometres to go. I still think he'll probably need a bit of a kick to get that mid-30, as he actually needs 3 minutes 49 per kilometre for that, and he definitely lost a few seconds in the 2nd and 3rd kilometre. But he's not far away, and who's going to bet against D Mills having a finishing kick? But I don't think he's going to blow straight past Captain America. It's most certainly hurting currently. He's in the 190 heart rates currently. 2.5k to go. We know he can somehow go along while doing 190 heart rates. And although I just said he's not going to blow straight past him, oh my goodness, he wasn't happy. This is the subs 30-30 challenge, and Captain America was putting that in jeopardy. Give us even more, D Mills. Through 6 kilometres now, and he's been very metronomical. 3 minutes 50 once more. He's just been sticking to his guns, ready to soak up everybody fading. Probably imagining me fading away at the Seaford 10k from a few weeks ago. So over it. But with around 2 kilometres to go, there's some nasty little noises starting to exude from D Mills. Nothing out the ordinary. Not yet anyway. At 6.5 kilometres, we can see a few people beginning to come into the screenshot. He's still going along at about 350 per kilometre, just dipping under to 348 currently. We just need another 5 minutes of solid work from you, D Mills, and you can bring home the glory. Sorry, I just heard a lovely gasp there from D Mills. You probably can't hear it unless you've got headphones in, so I would recommend headphones on for D Mills fun at the end. It will make you question whether you've ever actually pushed really hard in your life. And D Mills' philosophy is if you're not dead, just push a bit harder. And at 7 kilometers, he's finally caught up to another runner and he's put in a scintillating 3 minutes 49, has D Mills. I reckon he's going to have to put in something around a 3:35 to 3:40 final kilometer to get the job done. So let's wind that volume up, sit back, relax, and listen to a magician at work. I know we've all heard it before now, but it really is something else listening to this. How many more of these people up ahead can he capture before the end? 500 meters to go, and there is at least 3 people that are in his sights. He's in the 3-minute 30s per kilometers now. The first one is his. Looks like 2 people working together ahead. He's had to surge ahead to avoid getting held up by the people coming the other way. But he's got the job done, and there's still a few more people with about 400 meters to go that I believe he can try and get. Give it to me, Daddy. Can he get those 10-15 meters to the guy ahead? He's about to turn left and go under the bridge. That has ruined his momentum somewhat. But come on, D Mills, you can still get it. Oh, D Mills has been attacked by a wild lion, but he's not letting it stop him. Final 100 meters, 196 heart rate. Don't think he's going to catch the guy ahead, but how close can he get to 30:30? Oh, D Mills, you are the king. You asked and D Mills delivered almost exactly what you thought he was capable of. I reckon without that motivation, he would have sat with the 3 minutes 55 per kilometre crew and finished about at least 30 seconds slower. I reckon next time if the majority goes for a 25, he'll just pull it off. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and make sure to tune in next time where it's either going to be myself going for my first ever sub 18 at Eastbourne Parkrun, my home parkrun, or W Mills going for his PB, a 19:20 or so. Not sure which one we're going for yet, as W Mills might have a groin, hamstring, hip, eye, hair injury. But whatever it is, I'm sure it'll be a great one, and I'll see you there soon. Cheers, guys.